share the screen so that I can start my session. Uh, Kindly let me know when my screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you for all being here. My name is Myra Nawaz and I will be your guide for the today's session on data analytics. This session is specially designed for the beginner, even if you are from the non-technical background. So no need to worry about that. I will explain each and everything in a very easy and a simple way. So we will explore in this session is basically what is actually data analytics is, why it's so important today, and how you can get started with it step by step. So let me just begin it by understanding what the world of data analytics is really about. We are surrounded by data every day. For example, when you shop online, when you watch something on YouTube or Netflix, when you use any of your mobile application, like any of your social media application, so all these activities generate some kind of data, right? So your clicks, your searches, your preferences, this is all data, right? Companies collect this data to understand their to understand their customer behavior, to understand their customer better, and to make smarter decisions. For example, when you watch something on Netflix recommend you something based on your preferences, something based on your watching history. So that's where data analytics come in action. So data analytics is actually uh, about taking the raw data and turning it into a useful insights that help you to improve, and that is helping businesses to improve and grow in their areas. So what actually data analytics mean? So data analytics is a process of studying raw data, which means looking at the number, looking at the information and the records that you have, and to find a patterns and to find a trends and hidden meanings from the data. It help in answering questions like what is happening in your business, why it is happening, and what might happen in next. So in short, we can say that data analytics is actually helping companies to make a better decision based on the facts, based on the data that they have, not just only guesses. So data analytics, if I compare data analytics with all the other fields like data science, big data, or machine learning, or artificial intelligence, so we can say that data analytics is actually finding the patterns, finding the insights, and making the sense of the data that we have. So it's all about looking at the data and understanding what the data is actually saying. So we can say that data analytics is the starting point of all the other fields that we have, like big data, data science, machine learning, or artificial intelligence. So if I talk about data science is actually solving the real world problem using the data, in which it include data analytics plus many more tools, in which there involves coding, there involves statistics, there involves machine learning as well. So we can think of the data science as a bigger field that uses data analytics as a tool. So if I talk about machine learning is actually letting the computer to learn from the data and make the prediction by using that data, while data analytics is actually explain what's happening in the data, and machine learning predicts what might happen in the next. So machine learning actually need clean data that only come from the data analytics. So if I talk about artificial intelligence is like making the machine smart like a human. We can say that as like the a human can think, human can learn, human can act. So likewise, machine can also think, machine can also learn and act like the human do. So artificial intelligence uses machine learning and data to work. Analytics is all about just understanding the data, but artificial intelligence is all about acting on the data that we have. So if I talk about big data is as from the name, the big data is the size of the data, right? It handle and store large amount of the data. And data analytics, what we do with the data actually, we can think of the big data as the raw material and analytics as the cooking. So this is actually the difference between the data analytics and all the other all the other field like data science, big data, or machine learning, or artificial intelligence. So we can say that data analytics is actually the starting point of all the fields. So actually this is the introduction of the data analytics. So next we have difference between the data analytics and business analytics. Lots of people get confused between the data analytics and business analytics. So just let me clear the difference between both of these. So data analytics, I have already told you to just looking at the data and to find the patterns and trends and relationship, or risk and opportunities, and you can draw the conclusion from the data. by using different methods. So business analytics is actually, it's all about using business related data to make a smarter decision and improve how can a company works. Actually, in the business analytics, what we do is we solve business oriented questions, we solve business oriented problems, so that we can make better plan, and we can find different ways to grow, or to save we can say that save cost as well. So in the business analytics, our goal is actually, solving the questions that are business oriented, and we are answering business oriented question like, for example, if there is a company, and that company is a sales company, and they want to, they want to know that why their sales are dropping. So likewise, these are the business oriented question that we solve as a business analytics. So uh, data analytics is the main goal of the data analytics is actually to understand the data, what is the reason behind the data. And business analytics is actually, understanding the data, like business point of view. So this is actually the difference between the data analytics and business analytics. Data analytics focus more on data, while business analytics focus on using that data to solve any business problem. And by solving that business problem, they can support company's goal as well. For example, our data analyst saw the data, and data analyst will ask the question that what this data is telling us, right? And the business analyst will see that data, and he will ask that how this data will help his businesses to grow, and to, to do better where there is a need of improvement. So actually, this is the difference between the data analytics and business analytics. What are the skills required for the data analytics and business analytics? So in the data analytics, we use data mining, sometimes machine learning for the predictions. We use Python, we use SQL, we use different data framework as well. While business analysts, they use like uh, different Microsoft offices like Excel, we can say PowerPoint. They use SAP as well. SAP is all-in-one business software tools they use by the company to run smoothly and stay organized. And they also use there is other one skill that business analysts use, that is the project management and communication as well. So these are the core skills that business analyst and data analyst are using these days. So this was actually the difference between the data analytics and business analytics. Next, we have the types of the data analytics. Actually, there are four main types of the data analytics, in which we have the descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. So every data type is telling us that how, um, uh, you can go deeper with the data, and you can do more advanced analysis by using the data, and how like it will help the businesses in different ways. So descriptive analytics is actually summarize the past data that we have, to understand what has already happened. So we can say that it describes the past data that we have, it describes the historical data that we have. Actually, for example, is there any company, and for example, if there is a sale company, so what we can say that descriptive analytics, that what was sold in the previous months, or in previous previous time period, we can say that what actually was sold. So in the descriptive analytics, we mainly focus on what has already happened. In the diagnostic analytics, what we do is we, examine data to discover the reason behind the past outcome. So we have already like um, we discover that the why behind the problem, right? So we diagnose the reason, we diagnose the problem that we have. For example, there is a sales company, and sales companies, right? He the sales drop in the last week. So we can say that in the diagnostic analytics, the data analyst actually ask the question like, why did sales drop last week? So these are the type of question that diagnostic analyst asked. Then we have predictive analytics. In the predictive analytics, as from the name, like they predict about the future, they forecast the future, right? By using the current data that they have, by using the like historical data that they have. So they forecast the future trend. They forecast they predict the future trends, right? So for example, forecasting or predicting about the sales of the next 5 to 6 months or 5 to 6 years. So that is actually the predictive analytics, and for that there are lots of methods that we use to predict about the future. Next, we have prescriptive analytics. Prescriptive analytics is actually what we do is, after you have run inside, you have the data, you have run inside. So by looking at the data, by looking at the insights, what recommendation you give, what sort of action that you give to the to your client holder or your stakeholders. So prescription actually giving the insights, telling them in the form of the story, telling that what action they should take to improve their businesses. Like for example, you have the data and you have there was some problem in the data, and you have drawn some insight from the data as well. Now what how those insights are going to solve any kind of problem, right? So for that, what you have to do is you have to so for that, what you have to do is you have to um, uh, you have to give the recommendation, you have to give the insights in the form of the storytelling, in the form of the your language that can be understandable by the stakeholder or your client, because most of the people are non-technical, most of the people are non-technical in this field, so they don't understand what your insights, what your dashboard is telling them. So you have to prescribe something, you have to give them the recommendation as well. So that's where prescriptive analytics come. So this is the data analytics workflow that we follow from gathering the data requirements to doing the analysis, to giving the recommendation. So this complete workflow that we follow while we are working with the data. So the first step is actually data requirements. In the data requirements, we actually define the goal. We can say that this is the starting point of any project. So we actually define the goal, we actually define the question that we are going to find out. We can say that we can say that what is the problem that we are going to solve, why we are curious about the data, why we what sort of action, what sort of problem, business problem we are going to solve. So we can say that these are the type of the question that we ask while doing any analysis. So this is the first step, that you have to gather the data requirement actually, that you have to gather the business problem before doing any analysis. So actually what this will, the data requirement, what to do is this help you to stay focused throughout your analysis. So once you have the data requirement, the next step what you do is you gather the data, you gather the data that is necessary for analysis. We can say that data collection. And the data collection, what we do is we collect the data from the sales company, and then there is a business problem questions, a business problem, there was a business problem that their sales were dropping in that specific region. So we can say that why the sales are dropping in this specific region, that can be a data data will be if here we are going to do the analysis of the sales. So for that you have to collect the data of the sales, right, from the, obviously that will be given by the company, sales company. So if that is a specific question, that is a specific problem that I am discussing here. um, but apart from that, what you can do is you can collect the data from the different websites, from the different databases. You can collect the data from the surveys or API. So in this way you collect the data from the different sources, and you can combine it into one source as well. So we will see that how you can combine that the data you have collected from the different sources into one place. So actually the goal here is to gather all the data that we need to answer our main questions, right? Next, after data collection, the next step is data pre-processing. In the data pre-processing, what you do is basically, obviously when you will collect the data, that data will be in different files, that data will be in the different formats. When you in the data pre-processing step, what you do is you merge different files into one. You convert all the data to the same format. Obviously there can be a different format of the data that we have collected, right? So you have to convert all the data to the same format. For example, there may be there is a sale, there is a date column, and then the date column, there can be a different format of the date. So you have to convert it into the same format. um, you have to sort the data that you have based on your requirement. You have to filter the data based on your requirement that you have. So we can think of this as getting the ingredient ready for the analysis. So that is actually the data pre-processing step. Next we have data cleaning. In the data cleaning, you have to when you will get the data, that data will completely messy data. There are the rare chance that you will get the clean data. When you collect manually, when you collect the data manually, you won't be able to analyze it as it is. You have to clean the data. The data will be a messy data, and you have to clean it by yourself. So there can be lots of duplicate values in the messy data. There can be different what we can say, there can be different blank values in the data. So you have to fill in the blanks values or remove the blanks values, or you have to correct the entries as well. Maybe there can be a spelling mistakes as well, so you have to correct that. While handling the missing value, there is an important step that you have to remember. Like there is a specific methods that when we have the data that is when we have the filled data, missing data that is less than 5%, so you can remove that data. So if you have missing data more than 5%, so you can't remove that. You have to fill in that data, right? So there are some specific methods as well from where you can use to fill the data, that that are another steps that you can do, but there are some methods that you can use to fill the data as well. So next we have, once your data is clean, while cleaning the data, you are what you are doing is actually you are generating the trustworthy result with the clean data. If your data will be messy and you are going to analyze it, so the analysis can be wrong. The analysis will be completely wrong when you will do the analysis on the messy data. So you have to if you want your result trustworthy, if you want your analysis trustworthy, so for that you have to clean the data first, then you will be able to analyze the data. The next step what you do is you analyze the data. While analyzing the data, like there are different tools that we will discuss in the next slide as well. Like you work with the Excel, you work with the Python, you work with the Power BI, you work with the SQL. There are lots of tools that you will be using while doing any analysis. So for that you have to look the patterns and trends, and we can say that relationship between different columns of the data set that we have. So in this way you analyze your data, right? So you will be like answering the questions that asked by the stakeholders that were asked in the data requirement. So for example, there was a requirement that why the sales were dropping in that specific region, right? So in the data analysis you will be able to answer that questions by your infographic, by your charts, by your KPIs. So you will be answer that you will be able to answer that question. Next, the last step is data interpretation. Once you are done with your analysis, the next step what you do is actually it is the most important step as well. That is the data interpretation. Data interpretation, in the data interpretation, what you do is make the sense of insights that you have drawn. I have already told you that there will be people that are from the non-technical background. So you have to tell them in the form of in the form of the simple language, right? So you have to give the recommendations. Obviously, what insights that you have drawn, what action should we take while looking at the data. So you have to give the recommendations to the stakeholder, to the clients, that how they can improve their business by the insights that you have drawn. So you have to interpret that data into the form of story. Like you have to tell them that what the results are telling, what action they should take. So in this way you turn your number into a story and help them, the recruiter, to understand what their business, like what the insights mean, and where what are the areas where their business need to improve, like how their business can grow by using the data that they have. So this is the complete workflow, data analytics workflow that we follow, from gathering the requirement to giving the recommendations to the stakeholders or the businesses to to improve their business. So next we have data analytics tool list. Data analytics tool list, and these are the tools that I have been using, right? So these are the basic tool that you can use to, if you are going to start your data analytics career. The first one is Excel. Excel is actually the basic tool that you have already aware of. It is the best tool if you are going to start learning the data analysis. So you can do the calculation using formulas. You can summarize the big data that you have with the pivot tables. So you can make the charts, you can make the graphs, and you can see the trend by using the Excel as well. So we can say that it's a simple, and it is the most available, mostly available in all the computers, and you can, it is a great for learning the basics as well. So once you are confident with Excel, I would say then move to the Power BI. Learn one tool at a time, and if you are confident with the one tool, you can move to the the next tool. Next, Power BI is actually it is a tool, it is a business intelligence tool that is made by the software that is made by the Microsoft, and that help you to to turn your data into the beautiful reports and dashboards. It helps you to make the interactive dashboard as well. So it has also a lots of feature as well, like you can connect different data with the different sources. You can also connect the data with the different sources in Excel as well. But in the Power BI there are lots of advanced feature available. You can make the charts that update automatically. You can share the interactive dashboard that you have made with the others. There is an online service, Power BI online service, that you can use to share your work with the others. While when you will be work with Excel, you have to share the complete workbook, like you have to email it, or you have to in other way like WhatsApp, uh, different way now. So for the Power BI there is a online service, Power BI online service, that is available, where you make the dashboards and you can publish it to the Power BI service. From the Power BI service it will be uploaded to the Power BI online service, that is the cloud service that you have. And from that you can share just the link with your stakeholders or whatever, whoever you want to share. So that is the advanced feature, we can say that advanced feature of the Power BI as compared to the other tools that we have. So in this way you can use the Power BI, you can use the Power BI to analyze your data. So there is also you can model the data in the Power BI hai. You can uh, write the decks as well. That is the advanced concept in the Power BI. So when you will be working you will be aware of all these concepts. Next we have SQL. SQL is a structured query language that is used to get the data from the different from the large databases. So we can say that you can filter the data, you can sort the data, and you can join different tables of the data. When you will collect the data, obviously when you will gather the data will be in the different tables. So you have to define the relationship, you have to work with the different tables by using the joins, right? So in the SQL you have to work with the joins as well. So how you can join the different tables. For example, I have already told you that SQL is a structured query language. So you have to write queries, you have to write your whatever requirement that you have into the form of the query language. For example, um, uh, that we have the questions that, yeah, we can say that there is a business requirement that give me all the sales from the January. So for that what you have to do is you will write that select static from the data table name. Obviously you have to write a table name and where the month is equal to January. So in this way you write some queries to fetch the data, to extract the data from the databases. Next we have Python. Python is actually programming language, and that is used to do more advanced data work. You can automate your result, and you can clean the messy data, you can make the charts and graph as well in the Python. So while working in the query, you can't make any visualization, but in the Python, you can make a visualization as well. So you can also automate your process, automate your boring tasks that you can't do in other tools. So we can say that Python is a beginner friendly and widely used by the data analysis. If you guys are confident with your programming language, so you can start working with the Python. So I would say that if you still don't like or don't know like about the programming language, so you can start working with the Python as well, because the Python is a programming language that is easy to understand, that is beginner friendly, and its syntax is totally understandable, totally written in your language, right? It's a high level language and it's written in a human language as well. We can say that its syntax is easy to understand. um, what we say that we work with a different programming language like C++ and Java. Python is not like those. As compare, if I compare Python with other language, Python is the most simplest and easy language as compared to the C++, Java, HTML, and CSS. So next we have a GitHub. GitHub is basically it's a website where you can save your projects online. You can share your codes and dashboard with the others. So actually, it is the website where you can host your projects. So next we have, this is the HR Analytics dashboard that I already created in the Power BI. So this is the HR Analytics dashboard in which it is showing the different KPIs about the employees, that we have 2,845 employees are there in the company, and what is the average age of those employees, what is the average tenure, like how many time period they have with the company. Then we have average engagement score, then we have average satisfaction score, then we have average total training cost as well. So in this way you can drawn some insights that you have the data, you have to clean the data, and you can make this type of dashboards, to show your dashboards, to show your data into the form of the infographics, in the form of the KPIs, in the form of the filters. So you can make the dashboard and report by using the data that you have, by using different tool like Power BI and Excel and SQL or Python. So in the if I talk about the charts that we have here, so the first one is employment structure. Like it is telling you that how many employees are there who are working with the who are working full-time job, or who are working with the contract or part-time job. So it is telling you that 997 employees are there who are doing a full-time job, and that are the 35%, right, of the company. So in this way you can analyze the data that you have in the form, in the most simplest way, right? So that you can give the quick view of your data to the stakeholders or to the clients, that what their data is telling us. So next we have the case study. Case study, this is the case study of the Amazon. Like is telling you that how Amazon uses the data analytics smartly, and how it is giving the personalized experience to the customer. So Amazon uses the data for the product recommendations, like they show you item based on what you have searched and what you have bought from the company, right? So it also gives you the dynamic prices. Dynamic prices mean that their prices will be changed based on the demand and time. Then we have inventory forecasting. Inventory forecasting means that it will predict the products will be which product will be needed soon, right? Then we have the customer segmentation. In the customer segmentation, what it do is it group the customer based on the shopping habits. Then it also using the data for the fraud detection as well. Fraud detection means detecting any suspicious activity that is happening in the company. So these are the benefits, that how the companies are using the data to make their personalized experience, how the personalized experience for the customers, how they are understanding the customer like in a better way, like understand what the customer want, and how they can smartly they can supply, and they can make the prices dynamic as well based on the demand and time. So this is how the big companies are using nowadays to make the sense of their data they have, and then make a to improve their businesses as well. So next we have some industry roles in the data analytics. So if you have started right, so you are curious what can be the industry roles in if you have started your career in analytics. So first is data analyst. Data analyst is actually what they do is they draw the insight from the data. They make the sense of the data that they have by using the different tools like SQL, Excel, data visualization. Then we have they use the different business intelligence tool as well. Power BI and Tableau, these are the business intelligence tools. They use some basic statistics as well. And then we have business analyst. Business analyst, they must have the knowledge of the business acumen. Mean they must have the knowledge of the business problems, business domains, and they must be aware of the solutions. And then we have data scientists. Data scientists, they work with the different programming languages like Python and R. Then we have machine learning. One thing I forgot to tell you that while working with the tools, so there are another programming language that you can use while working with the data analysis. That is the R. So you have to choice the in the programming language that whatever you want to use like Python and R, so you can use that. So Python is actually the beginner friendly. I have personal experience working with the Python. I haven't worked with the R. So I would recommend you to start with the Python. And if you are have the solid if you have the solid grip or basic foundations, you can move to the R. And it's not necessary to move to the R actually, because these both language are used for the data analysis. So if you stick to one language, that's completely okay, right? Next we have the machine learning. um, Data scientists, they work with the machine learning as well. They work with the statistics. While working with the machine learning, there are the different libraries that you can use, and that library you can use in Python for the machine learning, for the deep learning, and for the artificial intelligence. So you will completely work in the Python. So they are the just libraries that you can use for the machine learning and deep learning, and that will be implemented in Python language. Then we have statistics. Data scientists work with the statistics. Data scientists work with the data wrangling. Data wrangling is actually the data cleaning, right? Data cleaning, data wrangling, data merging, these are the same terms that we use for the data cleaning. Next, we have the BS specialist. BS specialist actually, they work with the data modeling. Obviously, while working with the data modeling, you have to, define the relationship between the different tables of the data that you have. They work with the different business intelligence tool like Power BI, Tableau. They work with the ETL processes. ETL processes, that is the, pipeline process that the mostly the data engineer use. And then you have the SQL. They work with the SQL as well, structured query language that I have already told you, and they make the dashboard and report as well. Then we have data analytics consultant. Data analytics consultant, basically they give the advice to the businesses that how they can use the data, right? They must have the problem solving skills, they must have a data strategy skills, they do the client communication, and they do the predictive analytics. And predictive analytics is mostly done in machine learning. And machine learning, what where we do machine learning, we do with the Python. So next we have data engineering. Data engineering, all data engineering, what they do is actually they, handle data storage. They automate the processes of the, data collection, data pre-processing, and data, what we say that data cleaning. So they create and build the systems that can, automate all these processes. So they use tools like SQL, Python, ETL. ETL basically stands for extract, transform, and load. While working with the data, if I give you the example in the Power BI, so Power BI, what you do is you connect the data with the different sources, and then you transform it, like you clean the data, and then you load it into the data warehouse or the data model. So they work with the data engineer, work with the cloud platform as well. They use big data analytics tools, big data tools as well, where the Spark and Hadoop, these are the advanced tools. The data engineer mostly work with these tools. So these are the industry roles in data analytics. Next, we have some skills that are required for the data analytics. So first one is mathematics and statistics. Like if you are good with your maths, you can start learning, right? In the statistics, if I talk about, there are not mostly advanced topics, like you will be able to, work with the mean, mode, or median, like this type of question, these types of the concept that you will be working with. Then we have a programming language, Python and R, that I have already told you. Then we have data cleaning, data wrangling. You must have the skills to handle the messy data. You must have the skill that you should know that how handle the missing values, how you can transform the data. So you must have the skills of the data cleaning and data wrangling as well. So next you must have the skills of the data visualization by using the different business intelligence tools like Power BI, Tableau, Click. Now there are lots of other business intelligence tools that you can explore, but Power BI is the mostly used by the industry, is mostly used by the top companies, right, these days. Next, we have SQL. SQL is a structured query language that I have already discussed. You must have, the knowledge of the SQL. You must be able to work with the SQL, how, you can extract the data and how you can fetch the data from the different databases. Next, machine learning. You must be able to work with the machine learning. In the machine learning, what we actually do is we predict and forecast about the future based on the current data that we have. So if I talk about non-technical skills, in the non-technical skills, there is the skills, communication skills. Obviously, when you will be, when you have drawn some insight from the data, so you must be able to, communicate with your stakeholders, communicate with the clients, so that you can, tell that story that you have, made in dashboards and reports. So you must be able to, show that story to your stakeholders. So you must have a communication skills. And then we have a problem solving skills. Problem solving skills is actually when you have any kind of problem that comes, right? So you must be able to solve that. For example, there are some missing values in the data set that you have, and that missing values are more than 5%. You can't remove that, and you have to handle that. So you must have the problem solving skills, so that you can solve that how you can handle with the missing values, right? So next we must have teamwork skill as well. um, Obviously you have to work with the different teams while analyzing the data. For example, you are analyzing the marketing campaign ads data, so you have to work with the marketing team. So you must have the skill of the teamwork as well. Next, you must have the domain knowledge. Um, Above, I have discussed the right, like HR analytics dashboard. So, if you are going to analyze the HR analytics, right, HR analytics database, so you must have the domain knowledge, like what are the important KPIs that you have, you know what are the important KPIs of that domain, what are the important insights that you can draw from that data that you have, and what are the important analyses by using what is the important analysis from which the company can grow, right? So you must have the domain knowledge as well. So these are the technical and non-technical skills that you must be able to work with, right? So now if you have decided to work in the field of the data analysis, from where you can start learning. So these are the online platform YouTube channel that I am presenting to you. So you can start learning from from these online platforms, YouTube channel and practice platform. um, these are those platforms and channel that I have personally worked with, right? So that's why I'm recommending it to you. Online platform AI Data Yard is actually uh, I have been the part of the AI Data Yard. Like they offer different boot camps, crash courses like business intelligence, data analytics. They offer generative AI courses. Then they offer the data science and machine learning boot camp as well. So if you are going to start your journey in the data analytics or business intelligence or any data science or machine learning, so you can start with the AI Data Yard as well. So they have the well structured learning. They have the well structured learning material as well. They have the trainer that are um, industry level trainer. They have you will be able to work in the industry. They provide you the professional level training actually. So next we have a Coursera is actually provide you the certifications, Google data analytics certification, IBM data analyst certifications, and AI Data Yard also provide you the certification as well. So the main focus of Coursera is actually on the basics of data analytics, and there are also some practical exercises as well. You can start learning from the Coursera as well. But their main focus is from the basics. So it's actually the best for the beginner, Coursera. So once complete the courses, so you will be able to receive the certificate as well. Udemy and DataQuest, you can explore those as well. I don't have any personal experience with the Udemy and DataQuest, but you can start with these. These are the best learning resources. So in these platform, what they actually do is they work with the Power BI, the SQL, Excel, and Python. So they also you will also work with the mini projects as well in these boot camps. So next we have the YouTube tutorial like code basics, Alex, the analyst and data tutorial. Code basics also have the structured roadmap for the beginners of the data analytics. They have the roadmap for the optimization of the LinkedIn. They have the roadmap of the how you can customize your resume as well. So and these are the channel, and YouTube is completely free. Obviously you can start learning from the YouTube as well, right? So they offer you the beginner level tutorials, and Alex Analyst is the channel that will give you the career advice as well, and the data tutorial is the channel where you will be exploring, you will be making different types of dashboard as well. So lots of practical learning is there in the data tutorial. Then you have the practice platform Kaggle provides you the data sets, and that are completely free. You can start practicing on the Kaggle as well, like your machine learning skills, your data analysis skills, your EDA skills. So you can start working with the Kaggle as well. So Kaggle also provide the competitions, so where you can check your level of skills as well. And then we have W3 Schools. W3 Schools is also the online platform where you can learn the basic concept as well, and you can practice like SQL and Python. Then we have a Google Sheets and GitHub, like other Google like we have Excel as well, Python, lots of other tools that you have. You can start working with that as well. So GitHub is actually the portfolio hosting, so where you can upload your projects and you can share it with your potential recruiter as well. So these are the tools and platform. If you are going to start your data analytics journey, so you can start learning from these materials, from these sources that are online, and you don't have to to be physical there to learn from these resources. So you can start from these as well. So I would say that go for the YouTube offer you the completely free. They YouTube also provide you the complete learning resource, and also the roadmap as well. There are lots of video that you can start working with it, and the channel that I am suggesting you here, these are the channel from where I have started. I have started from the YouTube. So that's why I'm suggesting it to you as well. So where to find the job? There are lots of websites from where you can start exploring the job in which the and that is a professional network where you can connect with the different people. You can learn from the data, can learn from the different people. So if you have just started your career, I would say that optimize your LinkedIn. Always optimize your LinkedIn and upload your every learning on LinkedIn so that recruiter can know that what you are doing, right? So you must be able to will get the job as well without applying, right? Next, we have Glassdoor, Indeed, and Rosie.pk. These are also the website from where you can start looking for the job as well. And if you are, interested in freelancing, so you can go for the Upwork and Fiverr as well. So I would say that while applying, always customize your resume. That in whatever company you are going to, apply, so always customize your resume based on their job description. Like uh, whatever same keywords, whatever skills they have mentioned in the job description, so you must be able must use those keywords and skills in your resume so that you will be able to noticed by the recruiter as well. So if you guys have any question, you can ask. Here is the end of the session. If you guys have any question, you can ask. So here is the my LinkedIn ID that you can reach out to me if you ever need help. You can reach out to me. I would happy to guide you. If you are going to start your data analysis journey, I can guide you in that as well. And if you ever stuck in any of your project, I can help you in that project as well. So feel free to reach out to me. I would be love to help you.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम।
Yes.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम, सैयद दानियल है हम।
जी जी, वालेकुम सलाम।
अच्छा मैम, मुझे ये सवाल ये था, जैसे अभी आपने लेक्चर के दौरान बताया था कि ऑटोमेशन के लिए पांडा को हम वो सॉरी पाइथन को यूज करते हैं डिटेल एनालिसिस के लिए और ऑटोमेशन के लिए। तो इन केस अगर जैसे हम पाइथन यूज नहीं कर रहे या उसकी कोई भी लाइब्रेरीज हम यूज नहीं कर रहे, तो एसक्यूएल या पावर बीआई की मदद से या एक्सेल की मदद से हम ऑटोमेशन कर सकते हैं अपनी रिपोर्ट्स को।
एक्चुअली जो ऑटोमेशन का काम होता है ना, वो दैट यू कैन डू ओनली इन पाइथन लाइक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, सो फॉर दैट यू हैव टू लर्न पाइथन।
इन केस मैम चले, मैं आपकी बात समझ गया, लेकिन अगर इन केस जैसे पाइथन अभी तक स्टार्ट की नहीं है, तो अगर
जी
हमें
जी।
ऑटोमेशन की कोई जॉब मिल जाए या हमें ऑटोमेशन रिपोर्ट करनी है और उधर सिर्फ टूल्स मौजूद हों जैसे एक्सेल, पावर बीआई या एसक्यूएल, तो इस केस में हम कैसे कर सकते हैं? मतलब ज्यादा बेहतर तरीके से एसक्यूएल पर हो जाएगा एज अ डेटाबेस लैंग्वेज, या फिर प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज का हमें यूज करना पड़ेगा?
नहीं नहीं, ऑटोमेशन के लिए ऑब्वियसली आपको प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस यूज करना पड़ेगा। अगर हम एक्सेल या फिर पावर बीआई की बात करें ना, तो दैट आर जस्ट दैट आर नॉट फॉर द ऑटोमेशन, राइट? सो एक्सेल के अंदर
बिल्कुल
तो लाइक इट्स कंप्लीटली बेसिक, राइट? सो यू कैन डू जस्ट
बिल्कुल
बेसिक्स। आप उसके एक्सेल के अंदर जब आप काम करते हो तो आप वो तो ऑनलाइन शेयर भी नहीं कर सकते। तो पावर
बिल्कुल।
बीआई के अंदर व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन जस्ट मेक द डैशबोर्ड एंड यू कैन मेक द रिपोर्ट्स। You can connect different sources of the data with the Power BI, but you can't do the automation in the Power BI. I would suggest that you have to go for the programming language.
चलें
So
ठीक, थैंक यू मैम।
if you are if you don't have knowledge of the programming language, you don't need to worry at all. I have already told you that programming Python programming language is completely easy. It is beginner friendly and but we can say that beginner level है, it's Python. So
जी
you don't need to worry about that कि आप पाइथन को जो है वो अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर पाओगे या क्या। जिस तरह से मैंने बात की है कि जिस तरह हमारे पास अगर हम C++ या जावा की बात करें तो उसके अंदर हमारे पास लंबे लंबे
जी
कोड्स
जी।
होते हैं। आई डोंट लाइक दोज कोड्स एज वेल, इसी वजह से मैंने डेटा एनालिसिस पे मूव किया है। तो उस तरह से पाइथन के अंदर ऐसा कोई सीन नहीं है। पाइथन के अंदर इजी
च-
सिंटैक्स है, एक दो लाइंस आप लिखोगे तो आपका जो है वो डेटा की क्लीनिंग हो जाएगी, डेटा का एनालिसिस हो जाएगा। जब आपने कोई चार्ट बनाना है तो दो तीन लाइंस के अंदर ऑब्वियसली जस्ट आप लिखोगे कि आपने एक्स एक्सिस पे कौन सा कौन सी वैल्यू लिखनी है, कौन सा कॉलम लिखना है, और वाई एक्सिस पे कौन सा लिखना है, तो वो आपको चार्ट बना के दे देगा। कोई लंबे चौड़े कोड नहीं लिखने पड़ेंगे आपको यहाँ पे।
अच्छा मैम, एक और सब क्वेश्चन था। अभी
जी जी
लेक्चर के दौरान आपने साइकिल का बताया था, डेटा एनालिसिस, डेटा गैदरिंग और डिफरेंट सोर्सेस से हमें
या
डेटा गैदर करना पड़ता है।
जी
अगर
जी।
हमें डेटा क्लीनिंग करनी है एडवांस लेवल पे, तो हम उसके लिए एक्सेल तो यूज नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि एक्सेल पे एडवांस क्लीनिंग तो हो ही नहीं सकती, डेटा क्लीनिंग। तो हम उसमें पावर क्यूरी का इस्तेमाल करें या फिर एसक्यूएल की मदद लें हम?
एक्चुअली एक्सेल के अंदर भी पावर क्वेरी का ऑप्शन है, एंड दैट इज द एडवांस फीचर दैट इज
जी जी।
अवेलेबल इन पावर बीआई एंड द एक्सेल एज वेल। सो यू कैन यूज द पावर क्वेरी इन बोथ, लाइक एक्सेल में भी यूज कर सकते हैं आप और पावर बीआई में भी
जी
यूज कर सकते हैं।
बिल्कुल।
एडवांस फीचर है उसके अंदर, तो आप कर सकते हैं डेटा क्लीनिंग।
चलिए ठीक, थैंक यू मैम। थैंक यू।
नो वरीज नो वरीज।
स्टूडेंट्स, अगर आप लोगों को कोई सवाल है तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं, अदरवाइज वी विल एंड द सेशन।
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम।
यस तनयाल।
मैम एक छोटा सा सवाल था ये, कि जैसे अब हम पावर बीआई डेस्कटॉप का इस्तेमाल करते हैं क्योंकि बेसिक एनालिसिस के लिए और डेटा क्लीनिंग के लिए और डैशबोर्ड के लिए, अगर हम पावर बीआई सर्विस की तरफ जाएं, पावर बीआई सर्विस हो गया, पावर बीआई गेटवे की तरफ जाएं, जिसमें
जी
हम
जी।
ऑटोमेशन भी कर सकते हैं, स्केजुअल रिफ्रेश भी कर सकते हैं, तो बेटर ऑप्शन क्या रहेगा स्टार्ट के लिए, बेसिक के लिए और एडवांस लेवल पर जाने के लिए? पावर बीआई सर्विस ज्यादा बेहतर है या फिर पावर बीआई डेस्कटॉप?
पावर अगर आप इफ यू आर जस्ट स्टार्टिंग आउट, तो बेसिक्स अगर आपने लाइक स्टार्ट करनी है बेसिक से, तो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप पावर डेस्कटॉप पे ही रहें, क्योंकि पावर बीआई डेस्कटॉप पे काम करना ज्यादा इजी है।
बिल्कुल।
लाइक क्यूरी करना, सॉरी क्यूरी नहीं, जब आप डिफरेंट सोर्सेज के साथ कनेक्ट करेंगे तो वो आप पावर बीआई डेस्कटॉप पे ही करेंगे। देन यू हैव टू डिफाइन द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द डिफरेंट टेबल दैट यू हैव। यू कैन राइट text queries as well in the Power BI desktop. So I would suggest कि Power BI best है,
चल
desktop suggestion. जी
चल
जी।
ठीक, थैंक यू मैम।
No worries. No worries.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a clear, helpful, and inspiring session today. You made data analytics so understandable and interesting for everyone, I'm sure. Thank you so much for your time, energy, and knowledge you shared with us. Thank you so much for joining us and joining Internship Pakistan. Thank you, ma'am. एंड वन मोर थिंग, अभी जो 6 बजे हम लोगों का सेशन है अपवर्क पर, सो डोंट फॉरगेट टू ज्वाइन अस। थैंक यू।
Yeah. Thank you so much, Internship Pakistan, for your kind words. And sure, I will be able, inshallah, I will join that. Right. Thank you.